The honourable member from Durham.
Mr. Speaker, last week we learned that Canadian rents are at an all-time high, averaging $2,200 a month. And it's only going to get worse. The Canadian Federation of Apartment Associations says the new Liberal capital gains tax will discourage construction of new rental homes. The NDP Liberal government is crushing the prospect of bringing new rental units into our communities. What part of that says generational fairness?
Hear, hear.
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of Housing, Infrastructure and Communities.
Mr. Speaker, we say that the Conservatives don't care, and here's proof. This tax change would allow for more revenue to be directed to childcare, pharmacare, dental care, and measures to address the housing crisis. In fact, I direct the new member, and he is a new member, to look at their housing plan, which actually would tax home builders. So today when he raises concerns about home building and taxation, it's their plan that's the problem, Mr. Speaker. We have a plan. We're going to put in place that plan. We're going to solve the housing crisis.
Hear, hear.
The honourable member from Durham.
Mr. Speaker, the president of the real estate company RE/MAX agrees that the Liberals' spin on their new tax hikes are bogus. I'd like to quote him, if I might. The federal government has been vocal about this only targeting the wealthiest of the wealthy. It's just not true.
Wow.
I think that is going to penalize more average Canadians than were intended. So my question is very simple. When will this government take the housing crisis seriously and stop letting down an entire generation of Canadians?
Hear, hear.
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of Housing, Infrastructure and Communities.
Mr. Speaker, this government has put in place a policy to lift GST off of the construction of purpose-built rentals. They want to maintain GST on the construction of purpose-built rentals. You won't get more apartments built that way, something that was verified at the House of Commons Committee responsible for housing just a few days ago when the Conservatives raised this point. Furthermore, if he wants to talk quotes, he can go back to the proceedings of the Federal Finance Committee meeting a few months ago when their housing plan was studied by the Department of Finance that showed that their plan will lead to less homes built, Mr. Speaker.
The honourable member for Lévis-Lotbinière. Mr. Speaker, the housing crisis, which is directly caused by Liberal incompetence, is affecting the entire country, and the Liberal Bloc coalition believes that taxing honest home builders is going to fix the situation. But it's simple. If you tax home builders, there are going to be fewer homes built, and the price of housing is going to go up. It's unfair and counterproductive. Mr. Speaker, how is it fair to increase taxes on housing if you want to build more houses? The Honourable Government House Leader. Mr. Speaker, a little bit of pedagogy for the member who probably didn't read the Conservative Party's own plan when it comes to rental housing. Their position, believe it or not, is to keep GST on construction projects for purpose-built rental housing. Is unbelievable, but true, Mr. Speaker. I've been talking to people in my community, people who are building apartment buildings, and they say it makes the difference between profitability and the non-viability of projects. The Conservatives want to put GST back on building rental housing.